Namaste. My name is Abhishek Balakrishnan, and I'm happy to be teaching you Carnatic music. Carnatic music, as you know, is not just singing or playing a single instrument. My approach is to teach all aspects of music while you specialize in one discipline, such as singing or vocal, or obviously playing the violin. The things that I like to focus on when teaching include, and are not limited to, first, of course, vocal or singing. That should be over 50% of what we do and what we focus on. Second, the violin, fundamentals of playing the instrument. Then rhythm fundamentals. That's what we call layam. Next is just putting talam. So a lot of times we don't get into the habit, especially as instrumentalists, of just putting the actual beat cycle with our hands. So we need to get comfortable with that. Next is learning the language and the meaning of all the compositions, and then writing the language out, actually learning the script and being able to write that. With the ability to write comes notating the compositions, both in English and in the original language. And lastly, listening and appreciating the vast ocean of music and arts. Develop a disciplined practice routine by doing the following. First, keep a dedicated space for your practice. Treat practice like you would treat meditation. Make sure that you minimize distractions, cut out all electronic devices that are not needed, and make sure it's a quiet area. Make sure that you have a Shruti box. There's a couple of options here. You can keep a real tambura instrument, or a simple rattle Shruti box that just plugs in. Or if you don't have those, you can get a Bluetooth speaker or use a separate electronic device and just play Shruti from a YouTube track. Be sure to find one that is long, and remember that on YouTube you can just right click and press loop, so you don't have to worry about it going to another track afterwards. The second thing you need to make sure that you have is a metronome. A good option for a metronome is to just purchase a battery-powered device like this. This brand is Korg TM60 Combo Tuner Metronome. This has both a tuner on it, so I can actually check so it can tell me how close I am to that particular note, or I can play a metronome here. So set the BPM, and then it just plays that. You can also connect this out to a speaker so that you can make it a lot louder. Again, if you don't have one, you can just go online and type metronome into Google, and you get a simple one here. And I also like this site, carnatic2000.tripod.com, where you can actually try all of the Suladi Saptatalams, as well as some others like Mr. Chapu. The first thing that you should do is turn on the Shruti box and just listen to it for a minute. Let it soak in, listen to the sound, get into the mood, get comfortable with the Shruti, get yourself ready for practice. Once you have listened to the Shruti, the next thing you should do is just start with sa pa sa. First, align to sa. In this case, it's set to A Shruti. So, the Shruti is not comfortable, or you're not able to hit the notes. For example, I'm not on Shruti there, I'm singing a little bit sharp. You should stop, make sure you adjust the Shruti, or you adjust your focus. For the violin, the Shruti will be different. In this case, I'm playing an E Shruti. When you start out, let your instrument sit. I tell all the students when they pack the bow up, it should be tight. It should be loosened actually. And then when you're ready to play, you start tightening it. The first thing you can do is just apply some rosin to your bow. So you only need to do a little bit. And this can be done every time you play. So in this case, I could tighten the bow a little bit more when I'm about to play it. And if you put too much right before you start playing, just tap the bow once, and that might let any extra residue come off. So, when I'm playing the violin, you get comfortable, right in the right posture, and then you just do your sapasa again, long bows. Make sure you're covering all ranges of the bow, and you're making sure that your sound is coming out clear and that you're in Shruti as you do this. You might take a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of listening to make sure that you're aligned to Shruti. Only when you're ready to move forward, your Shruti should be perfectly aligned. You shouldn't move forward before that. So take the time to adjust it. So for example, that's not correct. That note is off, right? So I should fix that. Now it came too sharp, and then I take the time to... So it'll take some time to find it, but especially do not start if a note is off. Shruti. You can also put two strings together. Or put your bow here. Make sure I play these two together, they're the same note.